Okay, hello, welcome to day 29 and day 30. Day 29 and day 30. I'm going to just add this in to complete this so I don't have to make another video. But hello, my name is Leanna. And I thought that I would use my fan like I talked about, but it's loud, and so I don't want to have any audio problems, so I am not going to use it, so I just roll down the windows. So, honestly, it was really fun making, like, the last videos in my car. Just, it gives a vibe and everything. The background looks so fake, but it's real, I promise. It's real. I'm touching it. I'm touching it. Oh, there's a bird! But, yeah. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna, like, in the future, make content with my business and lifestyle. I really hope it can make sense. I know it can, but I'm just hoping, like I said before, where I don't want to get too overwhelmed and quit and having to start over and things like that. I want to keep my channel's name. I might erase, I don't know. I like Human Science Flakiana XO. If anything, I might just put Flakiana XO as it, but I don't want to, only because I like Human Science Flakiana XO, just because of everything that I'm learning is human science and, you know, the psychology of life and everything like that. I just feel like, and then, you know, I'm learning about climate change and things like that. And, you know, Flakiana is me and Snowflake. And then, you know, also with human sciences with Daisy and life in general. And so, like, it makes sense. It makes sense to keep my channel name the way it is. And then XO is love, you know. And so that's what I love, is my birds and life. I really hope that my content planning doesn't confuse with everything that I'm learning or, you know, evolving and changing. But I know one thing for sure is that I'm not going to be a mommy influencer or, you know, family vlogger once I get into that phase of my life. I may talk about my experiences as a mom, but I'm not going to show my child's face when they are at a consent age and they know how to grasp of a million people. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I'm going to change my content because, you know, I'm a mom now. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, this channel is strictly me and my business, and I want to keep it that way. My family isn't my business, you know. My family is going to be personal. And so I just want to be real with that, and that's just it based off of my ethics and morals, and just with the exploitation of children and the safety behind it. I don't think there's no ethical way of family vlogging or mommy vlogging with your child just because they don't know how to grasp. Like, they're not just making videos for, because they always do that both, like, we're documenting our life. Like, okay, then why have it out for millions of people to see if you're doing it just for, because you could private the video and send that link into a family chat for just your family, you know. So it's just of everything of that. And I might make videos, but I'm gonna keep those videos private or unlisted because those are personal things, you know. Like, I'm not gonna monetize my child's tantrums and things like that. That's unnecessary. Because you don't want anybody to do that to you. So why are you going to do that to your child, right? And I don't want that digital footprint, you know, when they get older and things like that. Sorry, I needed a little fan moment because it was getting a little hot. But yeah, other than that, I think that with my business, I feel that it's gonna be great. But again, like, I don't know how long phase 1 is gonna be, just because, like, I still feel like I'm still learning the foundation of my business, which this class was. Unmasked Society is like the foundation of my business and everything. And so I just feel that, with that, I just feel that everything is, all of how to, I know I'm going to use some creative aspect in it, where I want some things where I'm going to create into it. I mean, everything I do is going to be created because it's going to be my ideas and everything. Even though ChatGPT, yeah, had helped me with the layout, just because, like, I don't want any mistakes. Just like that. Sorry for that jump scare. But I just feel that I'm not editing that out. I feel like that would be like a funny thing to keep in. But even though I had used that to help me kind of like set my package plan and things like that, which eventually I will share, it's just that most things are still in the planning phase. And it takes a long time to, be comfortable and be happy to actually start building your brand. I want to be in the foundation as long as I feel like I need to be, because most importantly is having a solid structural foundation where you have your ethics and your mission in line, where if you have to go back and change some things and, or to add on, because you don't want to build a foundation on the sand and then it sinks, So I'm really wanting to build a solid foundation on a solid rock where it's going to be a strong business. And so, because with that aligns with transparency and authenticity, and I don't want anything to be like being performative or being fake, Truth is really the backbone of my business and even my brand and myself, because why lie? Because nobody's going to be truthful to you if you're going to have every white lie, and I don't want to do that when I'm building my brand, this channel, and Life Bloom Designs. And so I just feel that most importantly, being a true business person is showing your vulnerability, and I want to be connected in that way with you guys, because I feel like it's more important to have when you're building your digital portfolio, you shouldn't hide what is you, and most importantly, you want to gain that trust, because it's harder to have a service where you don't have a product. And even if you have a product, you want people to know you to order to gain that, sell. And I'm not like profiting off of you guys just, to subscribe or anything like that. Most importantly is I want to be able to connect, because, it's expensive to travel. So, this is the way to connect in one space. Like I've said in many of my videos with my essays, is that this space is easy to be in one space, and you don't have to travel far to reach what I have to say about whatever I'm talking about, building my brand. And so I just really hope that I stay consistent in that speech. And I'm going to use that speech regardless, because I don't want to go back off of what I've already had put out. And then you'll be like, Lena, but you said before that, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, right, And that's why I've done this, because having this also helps me to understand what I am thinking and planning, and, what I would want in the future. And I know, like I said, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to not be 100% sometimes, but I would always go back of my mistakes and I could learn from them. And, you know, and I've said that I'm critiquable. Like, I put myself out there for, you know, millions of people to have an opinion for. Like, there's nothing for me to say, oh, well, you can't have an opinion. Not everybody's going to agree with what I have to say, you know, because we have all different opinions. We don't share one brain cell, right? And so I'm not going to stop you you can't say anything negatively. I mean, if there's a reason to, but there's no reason to be mean if there's no reason to be mean, right? So this is a safe environment where we could call out on my mistakes, and I'm going to appreciate it because it helps me improve. And, you know, having opinions can help me to add on, because this business is not just my opinion. My business is what you would also think that would help, you know, my business as well. Because not only that I'm putting this out there is also for, you know, oh crap, that's like a good idea. If somebody says, hey, Leanna, you should try this, or this idea might work as well too, you know? So that's why I'm not only for this, but also where you can share your opinions, and then I can make a video in the future, be like, oh, this is what you would think, an idea of how to improve my business or something like that. Because, you know, not only that, it's not catered only towards me, it's catered towards people, because my service is to help people, you know? So, yeah. I think I'm going to end the video here. And I done it. I did it. Day 29, day dirty. Because I want to be done today. So, yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in regular content. I need a couple of days to, like, chill and regroup. Filming every day is really hard. I don't know how people daily vlog like that. I mean, shit, I barely even edit my videos during this. But honestly, I learned a lot with my research. And honestly, with my research came with building my business portfolio and the shift to doing this. Because of just that idea of, you know, I want to document this so I can remember this in the future, for the development of Life Bloom Designs and Life Bloom as a general, you know. But I've learned a lot in how to build my business off of sustainability, because I didn't know that you could do, you know, business and sustainability. And so I really like that, you know, it all aligns with my ethics and morals, and I'm doing this correctly. Because the last thing I want to do is to start a business off of impulse and it fails, because I don't want to have like multiple businesses and things like that. I want to have one strictly business and it takes off, you know. And of course it's gonna make, you know, I'm gonna have to make mistakes and things like that, like I've said, but I'd rather do it in the beginning, you know, where it's not like I have a website or anything like that, because I just have a YouTube channel, you know. And so that's my website, is my YouTube channel. And so I have it as a diary where I could look back on the videos and be like, oh, I remember saying that. And we're like, wow, that's a smart idea, you know, because each stage is going to be different. But I'm using this chapter as phase 1 of my foundation, and so that I don't mess up into my structure of my company. And I want to be real with you guys. I want to be straight up and just, you know, myself. And I also want to share my lifestyle. Like, I'm not perfect, you know, and I don't ever want to come across as perfect, even though it may look like it. I'm not. But yeah. So I'm going to shut up so I don't talk in circles. I hope you like today. I hope you like this series. I know I'm going to do more in the future, but it's not going to be as like this streak like this. It's just going to be, you know, here and there, but it's going to be episodes and not days. And so, yeah, but I just have to create something to, continue as it. I might do my old one that kind of fell, because the older one I did was research human science. I think it was something like that. So I might revamp that one back up, and then that would be like a episode type thing and not a day series, So like, comment, and subscribe again. My name is Leanna, and I hope you like Unmasked Society. Or I don't know, Unmasked Society might be its thing. I don't know. We'll see. Bye. I'll see you in a couple of days. Goodbye.